Not a hope, lads. On will say through you, no? Ah, lads, no small before though. Falcheroive, Gup Park, Bacdonna, Ena Caroon. Welcome to McDonough Park, Nina. And this is the intermediate hurling final between the contestants of the Shannon side team of Shannon Rovers and the men from February known as the Quarries, Portroe. And Shannon Rovers, meanwhile, having their photograph taken. Port in the green and gold. Shannon Rovers in the red, white with the red hoop across the chest. And Raytor, Lishon Fleishaw said, Donal O'Neill on. Both teams have announced no late changes, so I will give you the teams as they were given to me. And that is Shannon Rovers in goals, Pat Malachny. Right full-back, Geraldine Ann. Full-back, Tom Burke. Left full-back, Sean Darcy. The half-back line, on the right, Liam Hogan. In the centre, Jim Malachny. And on the left, Seamus Sullivan. Ilorna Parka, James Burke and Joe Hannigan, who is team captain. The half-forward line, Martin Hogan, Jimmy Carroll and Sean O'Mara. Another member of the Hogan clan. At top of the right, Pat Hogan. Timmy Tierney, full forward. And another member of the O'Mara clan, Jerry O'Mara, at top of the left. Ferdinand Portroe. In goals, James Seymour. Right full-back, Jimmy Ryan. Full-back, Paddy Conroy. Left full-back, Michael Sheedy. The half-back line, on the right, Michael Gleeson. In the centre, Jerry O'Brien. And on the left, Donica Keating. The Ferry Lorna Park, Jimmy Sheedy and Martin McHugh. The half-forward line. Top of the right, John Sheedy. Centre forward, Martin Gleeson. And top of the left, Jimmy Creamer. And the full forward line, wearing number 13, corner forward is Seamus Shea Donnellan. Full forward, Michael Maloney. The versatile Michael, now playing at full forward, has played at full centre back and centre forward, now at full forward for today's final. And top of the left, Pat Hickey. An interesting note here now is that contestant in the last game, full forward Len Gaynor, who is trainer of the Shannon Rovers outfit today. And the cup at stake here in today's final is the Father Hewitt Cup. Father Hewitt, a former parish priest in Cloughjordan, donation of a cup on behalf of Kilowan Club on his memory. and it goes to the winners of today's game. Portroe won an intermediate title in 1950, 1981, 83, lost the final in 1984. While Shannon Rovers were there in an intermediate final and won an intermediate final in 1939, 1954, 67, 68, 74 and 75. To get to this final, Shannon Rovers defeated Newport in the semi-final on the scoreline of 3-5 to 2-4, while on Portroe defeated Tipperary in the semi-final. A close, hard-fought game, but in the end, Portroe winning by the scoreline of 1 goal and 8 points to Tipperary's 1-6. I see Anselm Welsh there, substitution today on the Rovers team, but a man responsible with the backroom work of Shannon Rovers as well. Anselm, a Garda based in Limerick. Also, it would be good, or be a great honour, I think, for John Tierney today. John is vice chairman of the board, and he's a member of the Shannon Rovers club. It would be a good omen, I suppose, for him to present the cup to his team if they win, like Jim Donnell did in 1981, when Portroe won the title. Quite a good crowd here, basking in autumn sunshine. And Donny Neal now preparing to put this intermediate final of 1985 in motion. Donny Neal checks his umpires, checks his linesmen, and the whistle to throw in and the game is on. And his first to break away is the Portroe man, Jimmy Sheedy. Up towards the far side of the field, is pinned out by the centre back, Jim O'Loughley, and Jim down. It's back up with the corner back position. A lot of hooshing and the ball's going over the side and over there. A lot of scrappiness over there on the far side at the moment. And that ball went out over the sideline. A sideline cut to Shannon Rovers and Joe Hannigan to take it. Joe cuts this one high in towards the Portroe goals, grabbed in the hands of Jimmy Seaman, and Jimmy tilts it out along the far side of the field, back out to the hands of Joe Hannigan again, and Joe has a second bite at the cherry. When he comes across to this side of the field, where the Shannon Rovers man, Sean O'Mara, and Sean tries a shot in towards the goals. It's steered out by the centre back, or the wing back, Donica Keating. And it's the corner back, Michael Sheedy, gets that ball out the field. Pulled on in the air there by the centre back, Jim O'Loughley for Shannon Rovers. Only goes as far as James Burke, and James kicks it along the ground. Picked up there by the wing back for it's John Sheedy, the Portroe man, the Portroe inter-county man as well, and Sheedy on his bike, a heavily bandaged hand, and has a go at a shot and has a go. Yes, and John Sheedy has put that ball over the bar. A point of the game for John Sheedy. John Sheedy, his right hand heavily bandaged, injury during the week and a bit doubtful for today's game, but happily John is in action and he has scored the first point for Portroe. John operating at wing forward. Puck out by Pat Mallochny in the Rovers goals. Into the hands of Burke, James Burke. Pulled down the ground there, pulling in the centre of the field. On towards the corner forward position for Portroe, and that ball goes on over the sideline. Geraldine Ann sideline cut. Into the hands of Jimmy Sheedy, and he takes a second knock there. Across to this side of the field where it goes to John Sheedy, and John on the ground. Up towards the corner forward position, Pat Hickey. And Pat being chased off the ball by the right cornerback, Sean Dorsey. And Sean flicks the ball out to this side of the field. It's into the hands of the wing back number 7, that's Seamus Sullivan. And Seamus hikes it up into the centre of the field, pulling the air by Joe Hannigan. Into the hands of Joe Hannigan, being challenged by the Portroe man, but gets his shot in towards the cornerback for Port, Mike Sheedy. And Mike sends it out the field again. Over to the far side of the field, and the green helmeted Shannon Roseman gets that ball in. Out towards Martin Hogan, and Martin on the far side of the field trying to make track towards goals. Succeeds in doing so, gets his puck in. Pulled on by Paddy Conroy, gets it out the field, out towards the cornerback. Michael Sheedy. Michael's still trying to work the ball out. And the ball has gone out over the sideline. Line ball to Portroe. It's Michael Sheedy sideline cut. Pulled on the air by Joe Hannigan. Joe gets making strikes towards goals for the centre forward Timmy Carroll, and Timmy on his bike trying to make his way through. Sent up at the Portroe wing back there, outside this side of the field, where it's Jim Malachny, the centre back, and Jim sends this one in towards the hands of Tierney. And Timmy Tierney, or it's into the hands of Timmy Carroll, and Timmy towards another. That ball goes out over the side, out over the end line and wide. Good effort there by Timmy Carroll. Out over the end line and wide. Puck out by James Seymour. Down towards the centre of the field. And it's Jimmy Creamer. Jimmy has to get that ball across as far as John Sheedy. Across towards the direction of Jimmy Creamer one more time, and the referee blowing whistle. The ball has gone over the end line and wide. Puck out by James Seymour. By Pat Malachny, I should say. Along the ground there towards Timmy Tierney, and Timmy shot up towards Paddy Conroy, and Paddy, the bearded Paddy, makes his way out and sends that ball back down the field again. Pulled on in the air there by Liam Hogan. Sent a bit further down the field. Pulled on by Sean O'Mara. Up towards Seamus Sullivan, and Seamus sending that one across the field towards his other wing back Liam Hogan, and Liam sends this one back down the field again. A lot of hefty pulling in there, and it's the centre fielder Joe Hannigan tries a shot. It's a goal! It's a goal for Shannon Rovers. Joe Hannigan's deceiving shot along the ground, and hoppity hop into the back of the net, and James Seaver cut completely unawares. A shot from Joe Hannigan, completely kidding James Seymour unawares there in the Portroe goals. And in fairness on Shana, cool agus Coolawan again on Shaw agus Portroe Coolina wine. Along the ground there by Martin Gleeson, but it's John Sheedy trying to challenge Seamus O'Sullivan, and Seamus gets it a bit up the field. Pull it on the ground there by Joe Hannigan. Hard tackling in there by the centre back Jerry O'Brien, and the referee awarding and penalising Jerry O'Brien for a free there on a Rovers man. And Joe Hannigan seems to have taken a knock as a result of that. And Jim Malachny left with the task of taking this free. The crowd urging a little bit of quietness for Jim to take this free. Jim lofts this one low in towards the goals, pulled on by the full forward Timmy Tierney, but cleared up by Paddy Conroy, sent a bit further by Timmy Carroll, but ball comes back out to the field where it's the Portroe man Jimmy Creamer gets it up along the far side of the field, where racing over to get it is Martin Gleeson, and Martin all alone for a moment being challenged by Joe Hannigan, being challenged by a second Rovers man, and Jimmy Martin Gleeson has gained himself a free, has won himself a free. Referee Donny Nealon indicating a free to Portroe there. Free to Port. And it looks like Donncha Keating to take this free. Across to this side of the field where it comes to Martin McHugh. Martin given all the time in the world, and Martin lofts this one high. And over the bar, a point for Port and a point for Martin McHugh. On scoring-ish, Shannon Rovers in cool on Portroe Gá Cooleen. Pat Malachny with the puck out. Blocked down by Don Keating, or Donncha Keating. But only sent back by Joe Hannigan down towards the centre back where Jerry O'Brien pulls on the ground first time. Along where John Sheedy, and John gets a hefty tackle there, a hefty pull on John Sheedy by Joe Hannigan. The name of Joe Hannigan will say will enter the referee's book. And John Sheedy pulling away his centre forward there, Martin Gleeson, in case any hefty words are spoken. That's Joe Hannigan's name going into the referee's book for a foul on inter-county man there, John Sheedy. Actually, Joe Hannigan, a former inter-county man. Out of favour, maybe with the selectors, but did one play in the county jersey. John Sheedy with the resultant free. And John sending this one up towards the Rovers goals. The referee has blown a whistle on the water. Free out to Shannon Rovers. A free out to the Rovers there. Pat Malachny himself, the goalkeeper, to take this free. Pat hit that one completely. Went along the ground. As far as his brother Jim. Jim being challenged, but gets his puck in as well. An aerial duel there and a pull in the air. But it's Joe Hannigan. It's not. It's James Burke gets that ball across the field towards the Portroe goals. Pulled on by the cornerback, Jimmy Ryan. And it's the centre back, Jerry O'Brien, trying to get the ball out of hands. It's a point by Joe Hannigan, and Joe has picked up that one, sent it by high and over the bar. Or is it? It's a point by Jim. I should say it's a point by Timmy Carroll, not Joe Hannigan. Anselm Walsh giving a swish of the bottle there to some of his teammates. James Seymour's puck out into the hands of John Sheedy, and John being challenged all the way by Seamus Sullivan. But John gets that shot in towards Martin Gleeson. Martin's shot is cleared up by Jim Malachny of Shannon Rovers, but only comes as far as the midfield man for Portroe, and that's Martin McHugh. And Martin is fouled, a chop down on Martin McHugh there, and a free to Portroe. Not down on Jimmy. Free to be taken high and wide. That free taken there by Martin Gleeson, but sending it out over the end line and wide. Pat Malachny's puck out. Pulled on the air there by Michael Gleeson. Flicks across this side of the field where the Shannon Rovers man, Sean O'Mara, gets it, and Sean sent this ball along the sideline where it's up to Pat Hickey. Or is it not Pat Hickey? Sorry, my apologies. It's Jerry O'Mara. And the ball has gone out. Ball has gone out over the sideline. Line ball to Portroe, the right cornerback Jimmy Ryan to take it. Sun causing an interference to me there for one stage. A sideline cut comes into the middle of the field where Jimmy Sheedy pulls on it, being chased by Martin Hogan. In towards the centre field man, James Burke, and down to the corner forward O'Mara, and Jerry O'Mara tries to get his shot in. Has been hoosed off by Jim, and racing out towards the far corner here it's Jimmy Ryan, and Jimmy Ryan fouls out Jerry O'Mara as he's making his way towards goals. It's a free in to Shannon Rovers. Sean O'Mara with that free, and Sean O'Mara sending that one wide. James Seymour with the puck out. Over towards this side of the field. Grabs into the hand there of Martin McHugh. Martin across the field, but only into the hands of the wing back, and that's Liam Hogan, and Liam sends the ball back down the field again. Where it comes to the loose man, that's Timmy Tierney, and Timmy alone for a moment, but hoosed off it by Paddy Conroy. Flicked out the field by Donica Keating. Sent further up the field. Pulling in a lot of hard pulling in there, but it's the cornerback for Sean Dorsey trying to get it out, being sent in by John Sheedy, mishit completely by John Sheedy, being harassed off by Seamus Sullivan, and the ball comes out over the sideline. A line ball there off, sent out there by Rovers man, out over the sideline. Line ball there to Portroe. Corner forward Seamus Donald to take it. Cuts it in low. Send out a bit by Seamus Sullivan. Along the ground to the side of the field. Pulled on by Timmy Tierney. Missed by Timmy Tierney. And into the hands of Joe Hannigan, and Joe takes this one, relieving clearance back up the field. Where coming is at the cornerback, Michael Sheedy and Pat Hogan. But it's Sheedy who gets the ball out. And racing back to cover up is Jim O'Loughlin. Jim being chased by the centre forward, Martin Gleeson, and Jim gets the ball up along the far sideline. We're racing over to get it as a Portroe man. There is Jimmy Sheedy, and Jimmy sends us back in the field into the hands of his into the hands of brother John maybe, and John is fouled by by cornerback Sean Dorsey. John Sheedy in the wars quite a lot in the early stages of this game. Some heavy tackling on John Sheedy, but and it's John Sheedy to take the resultant free. John lobs it low, saved by the goalkeeper, and kicked out further outfield by the cornerback. That's Gerald Annan, and Gerald gets that one up the field, but only comes as far as the Portroe man, and that Portroe man is Jimmy Creamer, and that sends that one high and wide. Pat Malachny with the puck out. Down towards the centre of the field. It's pulled on there by Timmy Tierney. Been hoosed off it by Jerry O'Brien. But it's the Portroe full forward Michael Maloney playing back, helping with his defence. And it's wing back Donica Keating getting out a bit. And kicks it up the field by Jerry O'Brien. Only up as far as a Portroe man to try to get his stick up, but failed to do so. Gets the second by the Cherry, and that's the full forward Michael Maloney back in helping out, but still back helping out his defence. And pulled over on the far side there by Liam Hogan. Liam being chased over there by Jimmy Creamer. And it's the Portroe man Michael Sheedy. But it's Liam Hogan clears that ball back down the field again. Only into the hands of the Portroe wing back Michael Gleeson. And Michael gets his stick to that ball. Out to this side of the field. Pulled down by Joe Hannigan, gets it shot in. And the referee has blown his whistle. A foul there on Michael Gleeson, the wing back. A foul on him. It looks like Jerry O'Brien to take this free. Yes, Jerry O'Brien to take this. Jerry cuts it low, locked down by Sean O'Mara. But it's Michael Gleeson, and Michael hand pass it up this side of the field. Whereas it's Mike Maloney, and Mike Maloney has it on his stick. Mike Maloney now, well, number 4 down in his back, being chased by Seamus Sullivan. Hand passes the ball in towards the fellow midfield partner, or midfield man, and that's Martin McHugh. It's saved by Pat Malachny, and it goes. That's a free, a foul on Pat Malachny. Referee Donny Nealon spotting a foul on Pat Malachny and awarding a free out to Shannon Rovers. Pat Malachny's puck out. Timmy Tierney tries to get a stick that fails to succeed in doing so. But only Donald Keating sends it up along this side of the field. Where it's Seamus Sullivan. And Seamus at the moment being hooshed off it by Michael Maloney. But it's the centre back Jim Malachny racing and clearing it out for his team. Only comes forward centre of the field. And Sullivan pulls on one more time and clears it. And that ball from going high and over the bar. A point from the number 10 there for Portroe, Jimmy Seymour, putting that one high and over the bar. Jimmy wearing a red headband today, distinctive red headband over there. Jimmy Seymour putting that one high and over the bar. Puck out by Pat Malachny in the Rovers goals. Grabbed in the hands of the centre field man Jim Sheedy, and Jimmy's referee spotting a free there. Foul, and it's another Jimmy. It's Jimmy Creamer to take this free. No, he's leaving it to... Looks like he's leaving it to his wing back or cornerback Michael Sheedy, I think. And the shot was high and over the bar. A point for Portroe. Michael Sheedy, the scorer. Cornerback Michael Sheedy putting that one high and over the bar. Shannon Rovers 1 goal and 1 point. That's 4 points. Portroe 4 points. It's telling it 4 or core scoring ish. Pat Malachny's puck out. A lot of miss hitting by Mike Maloney. But sent in there by Sean O'Mara. And it's the fullback Paddy Conroy trying to boot the ball out, but succeeding only getting out as far as the number 10 and that's Martin Hogan on Shannon Rovers. But Martin's shot goes over to Donnacha Keating, and Donnacha tries to shot along the sideline. The ball travels along the sideline, the ball gone, I would say, out over the sideline. Referee has blown his whistle. Yes, the ball's gone out over the sideline. Line ball to Shannon Rovers and centre back Jim Malachny to take it. Jim cuts this one high and out over the line. A deflection there off of a Portroe man, so it's another line ball to the Rovers, and Jim one more time to take this sideline cut. This one, Enfield, brought down by Jerry O'Brien, sent in by Timmy Tierney. And the ball goes out over this, almost out very close to the sideline. It's Michael Sheedy, it's Donnacha Keating, the wing back, to clear it out. When he comes across the goals, where it's Joe Hannigan making tracks towards goals, blocked down by James Seymour as the ball's gone out. Cleared up by James Seymour. Out to the far side where Donnacha Keating is battling for it over there. As is the Sean O'Mara of Shannon Rovers, and the ball comes across to this side of the field. James Seymour, the keeper, is racing out. And James on this side of the field, sends it up along the sideline here. And James' shot being chased out here beneath us. It's flicked in field, where into the hands of Michael Gleeson, and Michael's hand pass across the field towards Martin McHugh, and Martin on his bike being chased by Jim Malachny. Martin gets a shot in across to the far side of the field, whereas Jimmy Creamer in towards John Sheedy, but John Sheedy failing to get that one, and sent out by the Liam Hogan, the wing back. Along the ground there by Martin McHugh. As far as Jim Malachny of Shannon Rovers, and Jim only sends it as far as the centre back or the cornerback for Portroe, and that's Michael Gleeson. And Michael is fouled. Michael is fouled in possession there. A free there. Foul on him by Seamus Sullivan. A free to Michael Gleeson there. A free to Portroe. Cornerback Michael Sheedy to take that free. And cornerback Michael Sheedy putting that one high and over the bar. And scoring ish. Shannon Rovers in Coolagus in Cooleen. Portroe Cooleen. Meanwhile back over there with the action. The ball going very close to the sideline and gone out over the sideline. A line ball to the Rovers and a line ball to Jim Malachny. Jim cuts this one in high. Battling for it in there is Timmy Carroll. And all or towards O'Mara, Sean O'Mara. And outside this side of the field, where racing up for it is John Sheedy and Seamus Sullivan. But Sheedy gets that ball in towards the centre forward. Listen, Martin Gleeson, and Martin making tracks towards goals. Is this possessed by the fullback Tom Burke, and Tom clears that one out over coming very close to the sideline, gone out over the sideline. Line ball to Portroe. And John Sheedy to take it. John cuts this one in. Gerald and the cornerback for Shannon Rovers gets the ball out. And it's the Liam Hogan who gets it out a bit further. Liam kicks it on the ground. Being chased by Seamus Donlan. And it's still Liam Hogan. Up along the far side of the field, clearing it. Up in towards the full forward, Paddy Conroy and for Portroe clears it out a small bit. But it's into the hands of Timmy Carroll, and Timmy's shot's blocked down by Paddy Conroy. Only to the Donica Keating, and Donica gets that one along the ground. And it's it's Michael Maloney back in a defensive position, hurling that ball up the field. And the cornerback Gerald Annan for Shannon Rovers trying to get it cleared out. He's being chased by Seamus Donlan. And it's Gerald Annan further swinging it back up the field again. Pulled on the goal by Michael Maloney. Into the hands of Martin Gleeson, and Martin being hardly tackled there by Jim O'Loughlin. Martin tries to get his shot in, succeeds in doing so. And it's Pat O'Loughlin, the goalkeeper, comes out and clears these lines, and Pat making strides, heavily tackled on the way out, but succeeding in clearing lines. And a lot of ash going on over there at the moment. A lot of hefty pulling going on there. Man, say Donny Nealon going to throw the ball in, but should have put a few names in the book there, I would say. The throw in between Liam Hogan and Jimmy Creamer. And it's the centre field man, James Burke, gets that ball out. Out further there by Gerald O'Mara. And that's the centre back, Jerry O'Brien. Jerry shot in towards the full forward position, flicked out by the full back, Tom Burke. Good hard hurling at the moment. And that's Portroe number 12, blocked by Pat Maloney, and Pat clears that one out the field again, out to the side of the field, or into the hands of the wing back Michael Gleeson, and Michael tries a shot. It's going out over the end line and wide. I make it about 26 minutes gone. Pat Maloney's puck out into the hands of Jimmy Sheedy. Jimmy's dispossessed for a moment. It goes back up towards John Sheedy. John now being chased by Jim Maloney. John trying to regain possession, but still being harassed off the ball there by Jim Maloney. John Sheedy battling for one once again. Hand on the back there, and the referee awarding a free out. A free out there for a foul by John Sheedy on Jim Maloney. And it's Jim Maloney to take this free. A lot of miss. And it's Martin Hogan on the ball. Centre across towards that fallen wing centre forward, and Timmy Carroll has a shot, and Timmy's shot goes out over the end line and wide. Timmy Carroll there could have made a bit more of that, but didn't take time enough and send that one out over the end line and wide. A pass from Martin Hogan towards Timmy Carroll, and he sent that one out over the end line and wide. Jimmy Seymour with the puck out. Pulled on the air there by Jimmy Sheedy. Over to the far side of the field. And it's Jim Maloney. Jim been challenged by John Sheedy, but it's the wing back for Portroe, Liam Hogan. Trying to work his way up with this field. And it's Joe Hannigan now. And back there's Mike Maloney sitting it back down for Portroe. Seamus Costello looking for a pass there, but didn't get it. Into the hands of Michael Gleeson. Back on the action is John Sheedy chasing towards goals. Been chased by the full-back Tom Burke. Gets it out a small bit, and Burke gets it further outfield. Only starts the wing back for Portroe, and that's Michael Gleeson. Michael over in the heart. Seems to drop his hurley. Referee allows play on us. Send out the pass to Jimmy Creamer, and Jimmy sends it high and over the bar. For the moment there, I thought the Portroe man dropped his hurley, but the referee waving play on, and the ball sent eventually over the bar by Jimmy Creamer for a point for Portroe. Portroe 6 points. Shannon Rovers 1 goal and 1. Pat Malachny's puck out. Pulled on. Pulling, a lot of Hardy pulling off the ball there. And Jerry O'Mara been at a harder pull there by Mike Maloney, and the referee blowing a whistle. Joe Hannigan getting a pat on the back there from Frank Moran just to cool matters down a bit. Meanwhile, it's a free for the Rovers, and Sean O'Mara to take it. Sean cuts this one in. Doesn't go where it intended. It's Jimmy Sheedy trying to get that ball out, but it's Jerry O'Brien gets it out a little bit further. And the referee blowing a free to Portroe there. Foul there on the Portroe midfield man Martin McHugh. Mike Maloney to take this free. Mike cuts this one short. Pulled on the air by Jimmy Sheedy. Sent out by Liam Hogan. Into the hands of Joe Hannigan, and Joe Hannigan of Shannon Rovers sends it way up the field towards the direction of the fullback Paddy Conroy and the full forward Timmy Tierney. As Tierney gets it out a little bit, out towards an O'Mara. That's Sean O'Mara. Sean O'Mara hand passes it and making tracks towards goals. As Jerry O'Mara, Jerry has a shot. It's high and it's over the bar. A point by Jerry O'Mara, the scorer. A shot from Sean O'Mara towards brother, or towards cousin, I think, Jerry, and Jerry sending that one high and over the bar. On Portroe, Shea Cooleen, Shannon Rovers, Ain Cool, agus Scott Cooleen. James Seamers pucks it out, pulled in the air by Joe Hannigan. Across to this side of the field for Michael Gleeson. Michael Gleeson tackles for Michael Gleeson gets the shot in towards the corner forward position. That ball gone out over the end line and wide. Referee Doyle Nealon checking his watch. I make it. Time has elapsed on my full time, or half time has moments away now. The ball gone out over the sideline over there for a Portroe line sideline cut. Donica Keating to take the sideline cut. And there goes the half-time whistle with a scoreline. Portroe 6 points, Shannon Rovers 1-2. First half of good, hard, honest-to-goodness hurling. Both teams missing chances, but on the day, on the overall, the Rovers cutting up a goal and 6, and Portroe a goal and 2, sorry, and Portroe cutting up 6 points. Baby Rash, Ling, Igaun Coupland Ahmed. The throw-in in the game is on for the start of the second half of the Intermediate Championship. And it's Shannon Rovers first to break away. But Portroe getting that ball up towards the Rovers' goals. It's full back Pat or Tom Burke trying to get that ball out. And it's Jim Maloney getting the ball in his hand and clearing it back down the field again. Into the hands of Timmy Tierney. And Timmy takes a knock on the head there from that resultant. The Jim Malloch needs to take this free. Jim drives this one high, and over the bar. The first point of the second half for Shannon Rovers. The first point for Jim Mallochny. Puck out by James Seymour. Over to this side of the field. Pulled in the hands of Jimmy Seymour there. And a free to Shannon Rovers there. Seemed to hold on to that ball too long. Instantly, Shannon Rovers have introduced a substitution. Brian Tierney in the game for Shannon Rovers. Jim Mallochny with the free. And Jim sends this one blocked out by James Seymour, scooped out the field. Pulled up by the cornerback Michael Sheedy. And it's centre back Jimmy Sheedy, shot blocked down by Brendan Tierney. Across those, Paddy Conroy tries to steal that ball out, and Paddy Conroy gets himself a foul on Paddy Conroy there by the full forward Timmy Tierney, and free out to Portroe. Brian Tierney has replaced James Burke on the Shannon Rovers team. Jim Mallochny flicks that ball up the field. Pulled down by the centre-back Jerry O'Brien, but Jerry's shot is blocked down by Martin Hogan. And Martin sends it high. It's blocked down by James Seymour in the Portroe goals. And James clears that one. Going towards the sideline. Sent across the field. Into the hands of Jerry O'Brien, and Jerry sends it back down the field again. Clash in the air over there. Across the field there by the Portroe man. But it's the full forward for Port. Trying to get it out, but didn't succeed in doing so. Sent out back on the field by the full back for Shannon Rovers. That's Tom Burke. And the Portroe cornerback there, Jimmy Ryan, committing that free. But the ball had gone out over the sideline. A line ball to the Rovers. Pulled on there by Sean Moran. That ball goes very close to the sideline. Over for chasing for there is Jerry O'Mara, and Jerry O'Mara sends it back across the field where it goes to Timmy Carroll, and Timmy Carroll trying to chase those goals, places it across on the full forward, but it's the corner forward, Jerry O'Mara, and Jerry has put that ball in the net. A goal by corner forward Jerry O'Mara there, a pass by Timmy Tierney, and the Shannon Rovers team now getting a bit of extra urgency from their supporters as Shannon Rovers lead on the scoreline of 2-3 to Portroe 6 points. Puck out by James Seymour. Pulled on the air there by Liam Hogan, didn't get it very far. Out to this side of the field here, where Jim Malachny tries a shot. He's been beaten by John Sheedy. John gets the ball in the field. And my view partly obstructed for the moment as Jim Malachny tries to get that ball a bit further. Liam Hogan pushes it a little bit further. But it's Brendan Tierney, and Brendan's shot is blocked down by Donica Keating, and Donica only across as far as Seamus Sullivan, and Seamus shot blocked down by Jimmy Creamer. And as Jim Malachny clears that ball up the field, up towards the corner forward position, and it's Jerry O'Mara, and Jerry tries it on the goal. It's a goal. It's a goal for Shannon Rovers. Referee Donny Nealon, James Seymour with a quick puck out, but Donny Nealon wants that retaken. It's just Pat Hogan who got that goal actually. Sorry, just Pat Hogan got the last goal and Jerry O'Mara got that one, so they have balanced one another out there now at the moment. Puck out by James Seymour. Pulled on the air by Timmy Carroll. Into that, Paddy Conroy tries to scope it out, but it's free there to Portroe. A lot of scrappy hurling going on the far side of the field, but Portroe have won themselves a free. Let's the centre back Jerry O'Brien to take it. Jerry cuts this one in. Hands go up for it. Grabs into the hands of Liam Hogan, and Liam trying to make his way out. I would say Liam is penalised there for carrying the ball too far. And Donica Keating to take this shots. Only as far as the Brendan Tierney and it's trying to get it up by Joe Hannigan, but it's this to Portroe full forward. It's saved in there by Pat Malachny, and Pat Malachny has been awarded a free out. A free out to Pat Malachny. Hardy pulling in there, but referee awarding a free out to Pat Malachny, and the referee at the moment is racing in, consulting his umpire. Referee is going to throw the ball in. A lot of controversy. Referee has awarded an ordinary 20 metre free. Yes, there's a 20 metre free. 20 metre free to Portroe. A lot of confusion there for a moment, but it's Jerry O'Brien coming up from centre back position to take this 20 metre free. Will Jerry go for the goal, or will he tap it over the bar at this early stage in the second half? I'd say Jerry is going to go for the goal. The referee, Donny Nealon, wanting all players back outside the 20 metre line. And Jerry comes up, takes a shot. It's saved by Pat Malachny in the goals. Pat Malachny trying to get it a lot of skirmishing going around the goals there. And it's coming out to this side of the field, where it's ball gone out over the sideline. Off of Portroe and a line ball to Shannon Rovers. Certainly a lot of heavy pressure down there on the Rovers goals, but in the end, a sideline cut. Centre back Pat Malachny, or Jim Malachny to take it. Cuts it high into the hands of Timmy Carroll, and Timmy, the ball stuck on his hurley, being challenged by Mike Maloney, and Timmy has a shot, but he gets a free as well, and Timmy gets a free in to the Rovers there for a challenge on him by Mike Maloney. It's Sean O'Mara to take this free. Sean sending this one high and over the bar. A point for the Rovers, a point for Sean O'Mara. And scoring ish. Fiach na Shana, 3 cool agus 3 Colleen. 3 cool agus Kerra Colleen, Gumlish Gale. And Portroe, Shea Colleen. Puck out by James Seymour. Pulled on there by Brendan Tierney. Only into the hands of the Portroe sub. And it's sent on there by Donica Keating. Pulled it on the ground by O'Sullivan. Didn't come across. But out is Gerald Linan. And the ball's gone out over the sideline. Sideline cut to Rovers, and Jim Malachny to take it. Cuts it high in towards the Portroe goals. Paddy Conroy misses it completely. It's a full forward Timmy Tierney, but James Seymour gets that ball and clears it back out the field again. Out towards Brian Tierney and Jimmy Creamer. Pulled on there by Liam Hogan. And the ball goes out towards the far corner. And racing over there is Timmy Tierney, but the ball has gone out over the end line and wide. James Seymour with the puck out. Hold on in the air there by Martin McKeough. Across to this side of the field. We're racing over for this Jimmy Creamer, and Jimmy tries a shot in towards the goal line. It's hooked up by the fullback Tom Burke, but it's Martin McKeough. Martin McKeough tries a flickering shot across the goal. It's pulled in the air there, but the ball goes over the end line and wide. Pat Malachny there making sure that that ball went out over the end line safely and wide. Pat Malachny with the puck out. 2 Portroe men go for it together. And he goes to Shannon Roseman. That Shannon Roseman is sent that ball high and wide. That was a shot there from Timmy Carroll, and that one goes high and wide. James Seymour with the puck out. Over towards Martin McKeough. And still Martin McKeough, and Martin gets this one into his hand and flicks it far up the field, up to the far corner position, where it's John Sheedy racing over there to get it. And John out on the far side of the field. Cuts it across the goal line. It's flicked in, it's followed up at the cornerback, Ger Linan, and Ger sends it out the field again. Batted in field by Jimmy Sheedy. But only into the hands of Shannon Roseman, and that is goes up to this side of the field, where Timmy Tierney is battling for it in there, and as is Timmy Carroll. But it's the Portroe cornerback, Michael Sheedy. Michael works his way out. And over on this side is Donica Keating. Donica trying earnestly to keep the ball in play, but doesn't succeed in doing so. The ball goes out over the sideline. A line ball to Shannon Rovers. And a line ball to Timmy Carroll. In the previous game we had a sideline cut from here, send over the bar. Can we see one in this game? No, that one is just low. Into the hands of Sean O'Mara, and Sean has a shot, and Sean sends that one wide. James Seymour with the puck out. Pulled on the air there, missed by Michael Maloney, sent up by the sub there, Michael McHugh. Sent back down by the cornerback towards the centre of the field, and it's Martin McHugh with the white helmet at Martin, racing through, being chased by Liam Hogan, almost dispossessed by Liam Hogan, missed by Gerald Lane, and it's Gerald Lane still battling for it out there. It's the centre back Jim O'Loughley racing back and covering back into a cornerback position, being challenged all the way, but Jim loses his helmet and gets that ball out the field again, out towards the centre of the field, where it's Timmy Tierney, pulls up, misses it completely. It's Mike Maloney at the moment for Portroe, pulls it on the ground along to the side of the field, and over racing here is the sub Martin McHugh or Michael McHugh, and Michael put on the ground up towards Jimmy Creamer, and the other sub for Shannon Rovers, that's Brendan Tierney, and Brendan's shot goes out over the sideline. I think a sideline, yes, the crowd has struck me view for a moment here, but it's a sideline cut to Portroe. The sub Michael McHugh to take it. Only across the field where Michael Maloney all alone at the moment. Across the ball on his stick for a little while, and then tries a lobbing shot in towards the goal line, where it's sent out by the centre back Jim O'Loughley, trying to get it out a bit there, and the ball goes out over the sideline. Michael McHugh with the sideline cut. Sent out by Liam Hogan from that miss. And it's Joe Hannigan racing across there, but didn't get it over. Brendan Tierney trying to get it out. It's 4 Shannon Rovers men there, and it's cleared away eventually. Only into the hands of the cornerback for Portroe. That's Michael Sheedy, and Michael sends it back down. Where a loose man waiting over there is a Portroe man, and that's Martin McHugh. And Martin evades the tackles of his marker across the field on Michael Maloney. Michael Maloney under severe pressure, but succeeding in getting past Seamus Sullivan. And Michael making tracks towards the goals. How many steps has he taken? The referee, yes, penalises him. How many steps he had taken, I don't know. He seemed to be going for a long while. But the referee penalising him. And a free out to Rovers. Names are catching me out. Pat Maloney with the free. Down towards this side of the field. Racing over there to get his Jimmy Seymour. Or Jimmy Sheedy, I should say. And over to Jimmy Creamer, and Jimmy's shot. Hooked out there by, and it's Michael McHugh. Over to where John Sheedy, and John loses it for a moment. Pulled there by the cornerback. And it's the other cornerback, Gerald Annan, gets that ball out. Up into the hands of only Portroe, and that's Jimmy Creamer, and Jimmy along the ground where Mike Maloney operating now more or less at midfield, but Mike making the space for himself, trying to get home to swing his stick, succeeding swinging his stick, send this one in along the ground where the full back and the full forward toss it together, and it's cleared out there by the Gerald and the cornerback out on this side, trying to get it out, but he only flicks it across the goals, and it's a shot. It's a goal for Portroe. Martin Lees at the scorer, pulling it on that ball there as it came across. Martin Leeson there pulling on that ball as it came across and putting it in the back of the net. Centre forward Martin Leeson there putting the ball in the back of the net, and scoring-ish. Shannon Rovers 3 go cool agus Kerra Coolleen. Portroe in cool agus Shea Coolleen. And the sunshine has joined us again. It's puck out, but it's back in the hands of Jerry O'Brien, and Jerry from centre back position trying to make way up the field, trying to evade the tackles of a lot of Rovers men. Gets the ball up to the side where it's Donncha Keating, and Keating trying to make space for himself, succeeds in doing so, has a shot in towards the goals. It's pulled in there by the full forward, by the foreign forward Pat Hickey, but it's Pat Maloney, another Pat of Shannon Rovers fame, getting it out to his cornerback Sean Darcy, and Sean clearing it back up the field again, pulling in the air there into the hands of Joe Hannigan, and Joe sends this one a relieving clearance back up the side of the field, or Paddy Conroy trying to get hold in front of his in front of Timmy Tierney. Timmy Tierney beats him to the ball, and Tierney has the ball in the hand. Tierney tries a shot, it goes out over the end line and wide. Paddy Conroy sticking with Timmy Tierney there, and that ball going out over the end line and wide. Fihadon on with the Emahas and Darnella. The ball with Jimmy Sheedy of Portroe in towards the Pat Hickey, but it's Geraldine Ann, or it's the fullback. Tom Burke tried to get it out, and that ball is sent high and over the bar from number 12 there, John Sheedy, and a point for Portroe. And the score now, Shannon Rovers 3 goals and 4 points, Portroe 1 goal and 7, and the Rovers and Portroe crowds, supporters really getting behind both of their teams now. Meanwhile, back with the action here, it's Joe Hannigan who has the ball in his hand, and Joe tries a shot, and it goes out over the end line and wide. JP. Puck out by James Seymour. Only coming into the hands, I say, of, didn't come to the hands of Jerry O'Brien, but it's a Rovers man who gets it out the field again. Well, this time it's the centre forward, Martin Gleeson, trying to work his way through. His shot is blocked down by Seamus Sullivan, I think, and Sullivan flicks off. Shot is flicked off his hurley, but Sullivan has another by head the Cherry. Being challenged by two Portroe men, and it's the Martin Hogan. But it goes into the hands of Joe Hannigan, and Joe, team captain today, trying to put that ball up towards the far towards Timmy Tierney, and Timmy out on the far side of the field. Timmy has a shot, and the umpire signalling wide. Good work there by Joe Hannigan across to Timmy Tierney, and Timmy having a shot and sending it out over the end line and wide. From resultant puck out by James Seymour. Grabbed there over by Michael Maloney of Portroe, and Michael sends this one in towards the Shannon Rovers goal line. Out comes the cornerback for Shannon Rovers. That's our wingback Liam Hogan, but his shot is blocked down by Jimmy Creamer, and Jimmy tries a shot in towards the full back and the full forward and the full. They pull on the air, but Pat Maloney gets that ball and sleers it back out the field again. Pat Maloney playing very, very well. A lot of hard hurling at the moment. Tussle between the full back and the full forward. That's Tierney and Conroy, but Conroy has pulled him down. It's a good rugby style tackle there by Paddy Conroy on Timmy Tierney, and from the results, and it's a free to Shannon Rovers. Centre forward Timmy Carroll to take it. Sorry, I should say wing forward Sean O'Mara to take that and sent that one high and over the bar. A point there by Sean O'Mara. James Seymour with the puck out. Pulled on the air by Timmy Tierney. Pushed out by Jerry O'Brien. Only as far as Tierney one more time, and Tierney tries it. Carroll tries a shot, and Carroll has a point. Timmy Carroll has a point. Two big men there in the centre of the Rovers defence, Timmy Tierney and Timmy Carroll. Timmy in centre forward and the other Timmy Tierney at full forward. Puck out from James Seymour. It's Jerry O'Brien tries to get that one, but didn't succeed in doing so. It only goes as far as Martin Hogan, and Martin tries a shot on that. Martin has got a point. The Rovers machine really clicking now. The forwards really getting their scores, and I see a lot of mentors running here, there and everywhere as James Seymour pucks this one out. Picked down by Jerry O'Brien, but didn't come where intended, and it's Carroll on the run again, and Carroll is getting himself up free. Timmy Carroll creating havoc in the centre of defence there, for causing havoc to the Portroe defence there. Free to be taken and send this one high and over the bar. That free being taken by Sean O'Mara. Sean playing at wearing number 12, playing a wing forward position, tapping that one high and over the bar. Is John Tierney going to be presenting the cup to his home club, or will Portroe come back and take the title from them? But meanwhile, it's Jimmy Sheedy of Portroe, and Jimmy is penalised or is fouled as he was going through a free to Jimmy Sheedy, and it's centre back Jerry O'Brien to take the free. And Jerry's lofts this one high. Only as far as Jim O'Loughley, and Jim from Shannon Rovers. Shot didn't go where it intended. It's Michael McHugh. Michael hooshed off the ball. For a moment, it's Michael Gleeson. And Gleeson over there again, racing over for it, as is Mike Maloney. And Mike over on the far side of the field tries to get his shot in. His shot is blocked down by Liam Hogan. And the linesman indicating a sideline cut. A sideline cut over there. I see a Portroe man on the flat out over there at the moment. It looks like Michael Gleeson. Seems to be okay again. Meanwhile, a sideline cut taken by Mike Maloney. Cuts it in. Bring out by Brendan Tierney. And over on the far corner there is Michael Sheedy for Portroe, trying to clear it out. And the ball's gone out over the end line and wide. Pat Maloney's puck out to a loose man for the Rovers, and that was Sean O'Mara, but not loose for very long. And it's the corner forward Jerry O'Mara at the moment, and Jerry tries a shot, and that one goes out over the end line and wide. About 23 minutes gone in the game. About 23 minutes gone in the second half. And score-on-ish. Portroe Ahane is shocked. Shannon Rovers 3 hooked. And Portroe have introduced another substitution on the Portroe team there. Martin Flynn is in the game for Portroe. But it's Jimmy Creamer. Jimmy dispossessed by Liam Hogan, and Liam gets the ball down the field again. Into the hands of the corner for two Rovers men battling for together. But it's the corner forward, O'Mara, gets it across the field. But racing over to the other side, of the field is another O'Mara, Sean. Sean's shot's blocked down by the wing back for Portroe, and he's on his bike at the moment. He's making tracks up the field. He's running into a lot of Shannon Rovers men. Jimmy Creamer tries to get it across. It goes back into the hands of Michael Gleeson. And it's centre back Jerry O'Brien, but Jerry's ball knocked off his stick by the other centre back Jim O'Loughley. And Jerry at the moment on the far side, but backpedaling. And Jerry's shot goes back in. That's Jerry O'Brien. His shot goes back in towards the Rovers goal, but sent out by Sean Dorsey, the cornerback. Grabbed in the air there, I think by Timmy Carroll. Yes, Carroll has hand passes across towards Sean O'Mara. And it's Sean O'Mara across to Jerry O'Mara. And Jerry tries a long shot on the ground between Paddy Conroy and Timmy Tierney. And Tierney miscued completely. And it's James Seymour, the Portroe goalkeeper, making tracks off his goals and sending that ball way back down the field again. A good relieving chance by James Seymour, sending it almost over the sideline. Kept in play over there on the far side of the field by Mike Maloney on the ground, but only comes as far as Timmy Carroll of Shannon Rovers. And Carroll being chased by 3 Portroe men. Sends the ball across to Sean O'Mara. And Sean on the far side making tracks on the side of the field. Hand passes across towards the loose man at the moment, but Paddy Conroy for Portroe clearing his lines into the hands of the wing forward Martin Hogan, and Martin's shot goes out over the end line and wide. Puck out by James Seymour. I see some crowd making their way towards the exits, but there's a lot to go in this game yet. It's Donica Keating with the ball at the moment. Pucks it up towards the centre field man Martin McHugh, and Martin tries to get this ball on his stick. Succeeds in doing so. Sends it back in towards the Shannon Rovers, the goalkeeper, pulled in the air by Jim O'Loughley, but didn't succeed in getting it out. Only as far as this is Joe Hannigan, I think, no, it's Liam Hogan operating over this side of the field. But it's Martin Gerlin and the cornerback getting it out a bit further, pulled on there by Brendan Tierney, being hooshed off it by Jimmy Seymour, and Jimmy still battling away there. Over to this side of the field where the Portroe man is Jimmy Creamer, and the ball goes over across the field again. Timmy Carroll and Michael Sheedy battling for it together. And Sheedy gets that ball to Maloney, gets that down the field. And it's Seamus Sullivan at the moment with the ball, send it back up the field again, up to this side of the field where Paddy Conroy and Timmy Tierney reaches for. And Tierney beats, they battle for a possession. It's recovered by Portroe backman, that's Michael Sheedy. But making his way towards goals, it's Jerry O'Mara. And Jerry tries a hand pass the shot. And it's gone out over the end line at the expense of a 65. And Jerry O'Mara there making tracks towards goals, but hand passing that one out and went off with a Portroe defender at the expense of a 65. About 27 minutes gone in the game, the second half. From the result on 65, it's Jim O'Loughlin to take it. Jim cuts this one in low. Grabs in the hand there of Jerry O'Brien, the centre back, and Jerry clears it back down the field. We're out racing over there is Martin McKeown. Martin tried to evade his tackler but didn't succeed in doing so. It's Seamus O'Sullivan of Shannon Rovers, and Seamus trying to make space himself, sends this one in towards the centre forward position. Pulled on there by Mike Maloney, but mishit completely. And it's Jerry O'Brien, I think. And Jerry sending that one out towards the sideline. Ball didn't go over the sideline. It's still back in play. And it's Jerry gets one more effort at it and sends it back down the field where Jimmy Sheedy pulls on it. A ball bubbling about there for a little while. Pulled on in the air by Timmy Tierney, or Timmy Carroll. Pulled on the goal by Brendan Tierney. Into the hands of Paddy Conroy. The fullback Paddy Conroy has in hand. He's been hooshed off the ball. He succeeds in getting a short pass out, but it's only as far as Timmy Carroll, and Carroll gets himself a free for a foul by Paddy Conroy there. The scoreline, Shannon Rovers 3 goals and 8 points. Portroe 1 goal and 7. And the crowd really began to stream out here at McDonagh Park now as the title looks to be on its way to the Shannon side team, Shannon Rovers. And as Sean O'Mara sends that one high and over the bar, would make the scoreline now. Shannon Rovers 3 goals and 9 points. Portroe 1 goal and 7. Jerry Seymour stuck out. Mishit there completely by Mike Maloney. Sent down by Donica Keating. Over to the far side of the field where it's Jimmy Sheedy gets that ball in, but only to the cornerback Ger Lennon, and Ger clears it back up the field for Shannon Rovers. Hooked up by Donica Keating along the ground where Brian Tierney, and racing out over there is Jimmy Creamer, and Liam Hogan meanwhile back with the action. Liam Hogan getting the ball in his stick, being tackled by 2 players, and sending this one going very close to the sideline. The crowd really here out on the sideline at the moment. A lot of hard pulling going on over there. But it's the centre forward, Martin Gleeson, getting the ball in his hand, taking some hefty tackles, trying to work his way through, sending the ball in low, into the hands of Jerry O'Brien, who's now in the centre forward position. Miss a good save there by Pat Maloney at the goals. And the referee has called for the ball. I'd say it's full time, but maybe not yet. The referee has called for the ball. He's awarding a free in. It's not full time yet, but it's not very, very far away from it. A free into Portroe. It's centre back Jerry O'Brien to take it. Facing six Shannon Rovers men on the goals, and Jerry's trying to go for the goal. Shot blocked down by the cornerback Sean Dorsey and cleared up by the cornerback Sean Dorsey out over the sideline. Donny Nealon, I'd say, looking for the ball, and I'd say the time is up. Yes, it's all over, and Shannon Rovers are 1985 intermediate champions on the scoreline of Shannon Rovers 3 goals and 9 points. Portroe 1 goal and 7.
Joe Hannigan's captain anyway. He's number 9.
They're finding how to put together against video there. They're off a flapping around. There's no movie here.
No. In this game, no, we are.
Portroe was there, so Shannon Rovers was there.
Oh, no.
Huh?
What's the game in between them? There's Killer 1 in between them. There's Killer 9 in between them. There's Burgess in between them. There's 5 hours in between.
Right, we're right for that. It's Joe Hannigan, the captain of the victorious Shannon Rovers team, being presented with the cup now by his fellow, might say parishioner, John Tierney. The Father Hewett Cup being presented to Joe Hannigan. And Joe Hannigan being acclaimed there as he receives the cup for the men from Shannon's side. Interesting format on this thing. This winning is that the Rovers team are being coached by Killowan man Len Gaynor, who was on the winning team in the first game, captain of the winning team here in the journal final. A day of double duplication for Len Gaynor, as Joe Hannigan looks for 3 cheers for the gallant Portroe team. And I would say now it's back to Shannon's side and plenty of celebrations for the Rovers. Shin, Park, Simple, Park, McDonough, Iana Caroon, Fogamy Slán, agus Banach Godianam, Shaharish, Slán.
en del som känner av sig. Kan du känna? Det gör det nu. Du får bara göra något. Vad lär du ner?
Mine over here.
Popular man in Tipperary.
I
well,
know
in
that,
North Tipperary.
all the time, yeah.
You have to be now.
Yeah.
You're always very popular when things are going wrong anyhow.
That's right, I noticed that. Did you get a good job in the old match? Did
I'm
you?
happy enough. It's very hard. No,
Yeah.
couldn't.
I think so.
I nearly get
He had to win it. We had to win it, huh?
Right, Tom?
Okay, Jay. Thanks, Cigar.
Ladies and gentlemen, back here now at the outside the dressing rooms, we have victorious men on from both competitions here today. We have the junior, first of all, Killer One, winning the junior title, beating Tommy Vara, and the man very much instrumental in that victory was, I'd say, Len Gaynor here. Len playing at full forward, and today captaining the team, and also playing his part in bringing the victory to coaching end of it to Shannon Rovers to help him to attain the intermediate victory. Now, first of all, I have Len Gaynor, and I want to congratulate him on his junior victory. Congratulations, Len. In the junior final, you went into the junior final today, very much, I say, the underdogs. On the day, you produced the goods. You got scores at vital stages. Would you say that this junior team has proven its worth in the parish and has been as good as any junior team that has come out of Killarone in the last number of years?
Well, I'm too young to remember the junior teams that went before. I wouldn't remember any of the victorious junior teams that went before in Killarone. More Cahill and those old lads there might remember things like that, you know. But I don't think we were underdogs going into any match in Killarone because we measure up to anyone when we have to. But we certainly gave ourselves a fright today when we were 11 points down at half time, and we were a little bit worried at that stage, all right.
Early on in the game, you introduced substitutions very early in the game. Maybe players didn't strike form at the particular time, but it's very strange to see substitutions being introduced so early. Is this something that just didn't click for you on the day or something?
Well, you never can tell how a game is going to go. Tommy Vara hit us very hard in the opening 10 minutes, and they put up a lot of scores on the board, and it unsettled our team, and our selectors had to take action, and they did. And the action they took seemed to work very well. It's often hard to turn the tide when a game is going against you. Tommy Vara seemed to be getting all the possession around centre field and half forward line and potting over the pints, and as well as that they got a goal. And they seemed to be very much in command, so we had to do something about it. And the subs we introduced there, young Eamon Kirby especially on wing forward, made a big difference to our game, and Liam O'Shea coming in at centre forward was an awful help.
A point on the scoreline, a point scored at half time. It's up to a very dismal looking scoreboard to read a scoreline of 1-9 to 1 point. But you must have had an unmerciful, or it must have been a very tough team talk at half time, because you came out in the second half with a lot of urgency, a lot of will, and a lot of determination to get in there and win the ball first time.
Well, I wouldn't consider 11 points too much to bring down at any half time in any game, especially when there was a little bit of a breeze there today to aid us in the second half. I wasn't, I was worried, all right, but I didn't think the game was over at half time by any means. I certainly felt that we were going to make a big impact in the second half, and I knew if we started to get scores early on that we'd come into it and we'd be there to finish, because this team is trained very well. They're a tremendous bunch of junior hurlers. It's seldom junior team trains hard. Like, you always have a senior team doing well, and the junior teams are inclined to be left behind. But this junior team trained particularly hard, and they showed it, I'd say, in the second half that they had the stamina to see out the contest.
You now go on to represent the division at junior level. This is a new move from past years when intermediate played the juniors for a playoff. has the reputation of going forward as junior champions. Will that spur your men on to better heights and higher heights in the county quarter-finals, maybe semi-finals and so on into the county final?
Well, I'd say we'll give a good account of ourselves wherever we go. In the quarter-finals, I have no idea what the calibre of the teams are that we'll be meeting, but I know that Kilruane McDonough's will be there and they'll be fighting hard and they'll give a good account of themselves.
Thank you very much indeed, Len. Now, Len, getting back to another aspect of the game, and that's the coaching of the Shannon Rovers team for their victory in the intermediate final. I presume we have a few words of gratitude to say to Shannon Rovers, and I presume that your talk at half-time really spurred them on to this great victory.
Here's a man here now with the cup. Show up this trophy here, Joe. Shannon Rovers have been waiting 10 years to win this, isn't that right, Joe?
That's right.
And they really put everything they had into it this year. And I was delighted to be associated with them and to help them out. And I only just helped them out. They have the hurlers down there, they have the stuff, and they have the backbone, which Shannon Rovers team down through the years have had. And the men of steel, that's what I call them. And they proved themselves today there, and they swept Portroe off the field, and a great victory, I think.
And that brings me to aforementioned Shannon Rovers captain Joe Hannigan. First of all, Joe, congratulations. Well-deserved victory on the day, and may go on to win further honours in the county which you represent, going on to represent the North Division in the county championship. First of all, I'd like to ask Joe here, you're captain and you had an ominous task going out there today. Your team played with the aid of or should I say against that wind in the first half. Were you a bit disappointed at half-time that you hadn't stepped closer or been level with the Portroe at half-time?
No, the wind was very strong, and felt that if we would keep near him at all in the first half, that we'd take him in the second half. We have a great man here over the team, Len Gaynor, and with his guidance and the determination he'd instilled into the team this year, I knew we could take him. Down through the years, Shannon Rovers always had pretty good hurlers, but that's that little bit missing to drive it home to win titles. And with Len Gaynor this year, he was the killer blow that we needed. And I think that with his guidance, there's a lot more left in us yet. And we're only 75% ticking over yet, and we're going to make it 100. When we're on full steam ahead, we'll take beating, I think, for the county title.
3 goals and 9 points, a lot of scoring, a lot of goals and points, and a good victory. You have a very strong team down the centre from my estimation looking at the team. I mean, you started with your keeper Pat Malachny right down to the centre of the field and round down to full forward Timmy Tierney. A lot of men who can, I would say, distribute the ball well to their speedy forwards. Has this been a policy to utilise those men to the full forward, especially the full forward and the half forward positions? Are they being used to the full and making their wingers do the work for them?
While all those guys you've mentioned there are fairly brilliant hurlers, I think that all over the team is fairly strong all over, and as every man Jack played his part today. Patrick Malachny was his usual brilliance in goals, and Jim and Timmy Tierney and Timmy Carroll were all brilliant. Tom Burke played exceptionally well in his new berth at full back, and all those laid the foundation. But all the guys from cornerbacks, wing backs, the whole guy led up along the team. It was a team effort, and it was a team that won the game. And we've a lot more guys in the sideline as well to bring in. If any of those guys aren't playing up to scratch, there's lads in the sideline to bring in. We have lots of them.
In the semi-final, you beat Newport on the scoreline of 3-5 to 2-4. From that contest, did you think that going into today's game, that Portroe, even though they had a close game against Temple-Derry, would be much more difficult opponents? Yeah.
Well, first of all, that scoreline is incorrect. We beat them far more than that, and the scoreline was higher than that. But I thought we were going to have a very hard game against Portroe today, because they're a good sporting team, and they make us fight for every ball, and they were tough all through, and every score we got, we earned it, and we knew if they could get ahead of us at all by 3 or 4 points, we were going to take a big job to beat them. But we didn't let that happen, and we came out on top. Forwards are scoring very well at the moment, and Lynn has instilled into us to make everything count, and that's what we're doing, making everything count.
Thank you very much indeed, Joe. Today you're winning a cup presented by a famed Kilruane man, Father Hewitt, a parish priest of Clough-Jordan Parish for a number of years, and I think it's coincidental that you've been trained by a Kilruane man. All in all, I suppose on the performance over the year, you have done your parish and your division happy or proud by winning this title.
Yes, hopefully we'll go on now and we'll bring home the county title of the parish for the first time since '68. It's a long time ago, since I only just barely remember it, so everybody put in the effort, and we'll get on the 100 full steam ahead and we'll bring home the title.
Cormila Mahagat, Joseph Hannigan.
Manchester City have the wind in their backs in this, the first half. They'll need it. Power with the throw-in. Number 7. To Mike Duxbury. Young Redmond was in first, only 18 years old. What an afternoon for him in only his 3rd game in the first team. Gibson feeds Duxbury. Norma Whiteside's been with the hairdresser this week. And so indeed look Colin Gibson. Well, the Manchester fans come from everywhere. Scandinavia, out from London, and of course a big contingent from Ireland. And also from Ireland here today, a special guest, the Irish schoolboy team. Lost 3-1 last night at Main Road. But by all accounts, performed with a great deal of credit. And they're special guests here today to see Paul McGrath and co. Chris Turner. Kenny Clemens got the touch. Gives it to Walveston. Here's Peter Barnes against one of his old clubs. Parr didn't get a very conclusive touch on it. Now it's Whiteside. Duxbury ready to make the cross. Now it's Strachan. And Nixon's lost it. Davenport was coming in. And a small bit of physical stuff in there. Whiteside involved, Phillips involved. But the keeper certainly was lucky then, Eric Nixon. Made his first team debut last September. And has done well, really. Manchester City on a bad streak at the moment. 4 games without a win and 4 games without a goal. In fact, if you include those goals they got in the last scoring game, it's now 6 3/4 hours since they've got a goal in league football. It's Wilson knocking it forward for Kinsey. He hasn't scored a league goal this season. Wilson's throw. McNabb. Offside. Clive Wilson. What a turnover of players Manchester United have played this season. 26 different players have worn the red shirt in first team football. And most of the changes have been enforced. Injury and illness. Here's Hughes. Announced yesterday officially that he was going to Barcelona at the end of the season. £2 million. And that time Whiteside was caught by Lillis. And that, one rather feels, will be retaliation for a late tackle earlier on around the penalty area by Whiteside. But it didn't incur a booking then, but it certainly will for Mark Lillis. Former Huddersfield Town's leading scorer for 3 seasons, 50 goals he got for them, and now this season he's on 13 for Manchester City. Higgins to McGrath. Duxbury. This is Davenport, the new boy. To Strachan, can he dig out across? The game's first corner kick as Eric Nixon arranges his defence. And Peter Barnes has gone out to take it. Notice his right hand is bandaged. He broke his wrist in training yesterday, a broken bone in his wrist. Not as serious as Kevin Moran's, obviously. In swinging, way by Phillips, just as far as Barnes again. Strachan makes an outside right for him. Nobody's taken that decoy. There's McGrath's touch on to Hughes. Wilson leaving Davenport. And another corner kick, this time off young Steve Redmond. Gordon Strachan at the corner flag. Dixon again with a not very conclusive touch. McGrath's volley. And it was Mark Higgins who touched it behind for the goal kick. A cracking volley by Paul McGrath. And Manchester City are in tatters, and none more so than this keeper, who's really had a very tentative start to the game. Good strong header there by Whiteside, and it's Nicky Reid to his keeper. McGrath, the wind carrying it end to end. The wind has even got up since the game begun. Increased in velocity, and otherwise it's quite a warm day in Manchester. Right now, man of many clubs. Among them Morton, Spurs, Bolton, Leeds, Brighton. Now the flag, just to contradict one's last statement, that one's lying pretty limp. Andy May's foul on Mark Hughes. And Paul McGrath to take it. Here's Strachan. McGrath available in an outside left position. So comfortable on the ball, the big fellow. Drops to Duxbury from Redmond's head. Well won, Strachan. Now McGrath to Duxbury, to Hughes. Gibson. The man whose goal separates the sides, Colin Gibson. Here's Barnes. But United appear to have an extra man all the time. That's Higgins. Challenges with Whitesides. And again, Norman Whiteside in the centre of a bit of ferocity, and that time it was Nicky Reid. Well, the reputation of Whiteside will be known better in Manchester than anywhere else, but the initial tackle was on Peter Barnes. Well, that's Lillis and Reid in the referee's notebook now. McGrath's free kick. Flicked in by Whiteside. Out by Paul Power. Here's McGrath again. Beautiful footballer. Whiteside to Strachan. Hughes battles back for it again. Wilson was in there. Now it's Strachan. Davenport. Kenny Clements with the clearance. Really, City on the rack. Power, the skipper, knocking it away. Front players of City haven't got a thing yet, and remember they have the wind in their favour. The only thing Mark Lillis has done is got booked. Strachan to Duxbury. Hughes with Clements. Duxbury. Whiteside. Alveston. Gibson. Goal kick. Frank Stapleton, the Manchester United substitute today. Just had a word there from Ron Atkinson, as you saw. Ron did ask him during the week to play centre-half today. He declined, as I told you earlier on. McGrath looked a little too casual then, and Kinsey was in battling, but it's McGrath eventually who got it out. And a corner kick to Manchester City. Was there a handball there? Certainly a medium-sized question mark. Andy May at the corner flag. And he can stay there and take another one. Second corner for Manchester City. The corner count is 2-2. 15 minutes gone. Not a bad header either. Kenny Clemens, the central defender. And Turner had a stretch for it, and a transformation in the game. McGrath. Nicky Reid, keeper off his line. Worth trying. Here's Duxbury. Paul McGrath. Mark Higgins. Hughes penalised. Steve Redmond take the free kick, Manchester City. And Clemens has gone up to stay forward. That's Clemens. Now it's Phillips looking for Wilson. Wilson wanted it to feet then. This is Strachan for Davenport. Clemens got back to defend then. Now it's Power. Between Kinsey and Duxbury. United ball. Hughes, Reid, Whiteside. Alveston. Davenport. Dispossessed by Nicky Reid. Now Whiteside. Well won, Peter Barnes. Alveston had time to take that down, but didn't use it. Lillis to McNabb. Arthur Alveston was the offender. McNabb with the free kick from Manchester City. Lillis trying to create a piece of movement up front, so is Kinsey. Clemens has gone forward. Mark Hughes has gone back to Markham. It was Whiteside had cleared it. Now Strachan. Redmond to his skipper Power. Power to Lillis. Shepherded by McGrath. And goal kick United. United have lost 2 of their 16 home games. City have won 3 of their 16 away games, including 9 defeats. But do such statistics mean anything in the fervour and purse of a derby game? And indeed a bit of ferocity as well today in the early stages. Here's Wilson. With the elegant McGrath. Phillips on Whiteside. It's a match that United really have to win if they're to stand a chance of catching Everton and holding at bay the likes of Liverpool, Chelsea and West Ham. Davenport. Strachan has made forward for him, so is Gibson. Gibson's control for the second time in this match has let him down, although he's in credit with the goal. City, of course, have other things on their minds. They have the full Members' Cup final at Wembley tomorrow. Though a defeat here would not be the best preparation for that. Linesman flagging furiously on the far side, and the decision favours Man City. That's the signal for Kenny Clemens to come forward again, and for Mark Hughes to go with him. Although Hughes, as you can see there, has changed his mind and left the marking of Clemens to Paul McGrath. Clemens goes for it. McGrath was who got the touch. It will be a corner ball for Manchester City. That's the fourth. Andy May again. Very deep. And well held under pressure from Lillis by Chris Turner. Phillips, Wilson, Parr. Poor ball back to the winger, given no chance really. Lillis has cut off the channel back to Turner. Bra. Whiteside takes Redmond's header and feeds Strachan. Strachan gets a second chance, this time uses it. Takes it back from Duxbury. So, quarter way through the game, Manchester United 1, Manchester City 0. The goal coming after 1 minute 35 seconds. A free kick from Colin Gibson. And City appear to be getting back into it after a most shaky start. That's Clemens. McGrath, right to Andy May. Just overhit Kenzie with the return ball. Higgins down. Way by Alveston. McNabb. Blue ball. This is May. Now to Neil McNabb. Kinsey, McNabb, channels it through to Lillis, now Kinsey. It's all very high, and off the ground in wind like this, it's difficult to control. And not surprisingly, the chance is gone. Both manager Billy McNeil and captain Paul Carr have been at great pains this morning to explain that the full Members' Cup final at Wembley tomorrow is but a bonus, a day for everyone to enjoy, and that the real chips or down affair is the derby game against United. Strachan here. Oh, it's a beautiful ball getting Duxbury free. Wilson was back to challenge the full-back, and successfully so. That was a lovely ball by Gordon Strachan to set up Duxbury on the run that brought this third corner of the match for Manchester United. And McGrath, of course, has gone forward. That's McGrath rising. Now it's Gibson. Just fell off balance as he struck it. And it was always slicing away from his left. But so far we haven't seen a lot of Peter Davenport, nor for that matter Mark Hughes after the bright opening. Hughes being marked, and very well too, by this rookie centre-back, heading it away there, Steve Redmond. An 18-year-old and only his third game against a man who's going to go to Barcelona for £2 million. It hardly seems a fair match, does it? Number 3, Arthur August. What a consistent performer he has been for United. Whiteside. As Clements. In again by Whiteside and away by Redmond. Gaining confidence with each passing minute. Fouled by Duxbury then on Kinsey. Andy May. Through for Lillis. It was very close. Pretty well weighted pass it was too. Lillis just had to hold and watch the offside on it. Good batting there by Mark Hughes. McGrath for once missing his challenge, but Duxbury was there to assist. Lillis. Reed. Good deep cross. Wilson is coming. And Turner does well. Nice out ball by the goalkeeper with his foot. Oh, good play, Chris Turner, to set up this Manchester United attack with Whiteside feeding Gibson. Alverson's gone outside left. Whiteside's inside. Now Hughes. But a really hit and hope ball in the end on the right foot from Whiteside, and it breaks down. McNabb to Kinsey. His first game to start since the derby in September between these two clubs. To Wilson. McGrath. Just a little killy touch there from Barnes to kill the pace on the ball for him. Reed. And Strachan's hurt himself in that challenge. Andy May. Reed again. Digs out a good cross. Duxbury's header away. Now Paul Parr. Lillis almost were down before the challenge. He was certainly fouled, all right. If a trifle early in his fall. Whistle perhaps a little late then, but the referee, I think, has been fair. He's been looking for the advantage, and I think that's been to the good of the game generally. Now, McNabb is there, 10. Wilson is there as well. Phillips is there. He cracks a great ball, Phillips. At that time, it came off Mark Hughes. And the danger's been averted. "16 minutes to half-time. United 1, City 0 in the 108th Manchester Derby. Good control there by Lillis, and not good control by May. Whiteside get in with the challenge. Boot trouble, big Belfast man. Kinsey to McNabb. Here's Reid again. Flicked on by Lillis. Drops to May, hit well. Beautifully struck on the meat of the left foot by Andy May. But Turner kept his body well behind the ball and very safely dealt with it. Good effort by both men. Redmond's in first on Hughes. How well the young fella has done. Clemens, his centre-back partner on the break, trying to free his captain Parr. McGrath. This Lillis has fought very hard up front for everything. Strachan for United. Davenport. Clemens' challenge. Strachan. Too high for Barnes and easy for Reid. Oh, poor ball, playing it right to the space where there were no blue shirts. And Higgins gives it straight back to City. It's with McNabb. Now Peter Barnes. Norman Whiteside. Mark Hughes. Colin Gibson. Space has just opened up in front of him. And well played, excellently played by Steve Redmond. What a game he's having, the number 5. And only because Mick McCarthy is suspended. Well, Mick McCarthy, I'm sure, will be looking to his place in this Manchester City team after this performance by the 18-year-old today. Peter Barnes corner kick. Manchester United's 4th of the game. Drops to McGrath. Scored a cracker midweek against Luton Town. Not too far away from another one. Neil McNabb. McNabb's free kick. Look at the holding between Higgins and Lillis. Hughes for City, for United rather. Now it's Paul Power. McGrath in there with Steve Kinsey. A lot of pushing again between Higgins and Lillis. McGrath digs it out from Lillis. Now it's Parr. Inside Strachan. Phillips trying for one of his specials. Now McNabb. Reid. May. Well, a ropey start for City, but now they're as good as they're getting. And indeed, the goal is the only difference between these sides now. Here's Wilson. Down there with Norman Whiteside. Black armband denoting captaincy of United. The youngest United captain since Duncan Edwards. Hard to believe that Whiteside is only 20 years old and now heading for his 2nd World Cup finals. Not many people go near him in that space in midfield either. His reputation was built early. Redmond again. Emerging as very much the star of this City team. Frank Stapleton. What a good substitute to have, Stapleton too. International striker. Good emergency midfielder or centre-back. Talking about centre-backs, this man has some qualities, Paul McGrath. McNabb for City. Down between Higgins, who is obviously struggling with Lillis. Just can't command the Manchester City number 7 as he would like. Now it's Alderson in to help. No flag. It was not over the line, all of the ball. Here's McNabb. Paul Powers made a break on the left. There's a lot of width here in this City attack. May. McNabb. Here's Hughes. Right side to Davenport. Strachan wide on the right, and it's a poor ball. Wilson for Manchester City. No challenge from Duxbury. It serves the purpose of channeling some colleagues back in defence. Paul Power. United have got 9 men behind the ball now.